Alrighty guys, it's back onto the grind of Technoid, and we are gonna kick off the next episode today with the iPhone 15. We've got some reports, we've got some battery information that may actually surprise you, and also we've got some information on the AirPods Pros with USB-C, and then to round it all off, we're gonna talk about the Vision Pro because there's something you may need to know if you're one of those buyers out there. So let's get it going. Alrighty, the first story, the main story of the day, it is the iPhone 15. Now, the iPhone 15 has been going through the circle of rumors ever since last year with the whole Ultra, Pro Max naming. It seems like that has seemed to have died down, so now we're just gonna focus entirely on the entire lineup. According to a report from a Foxconn worker, it seems that the iPhone 15 is going to be getting a huge upgrade, not just in the USB-C department, but also in the battery department as well. And the results, according to the Foxconn worker, may surprise you. Now, we don't know how exactly accurate this person is, but according to the source, he says here that the information claiming that the iPhone 15's lineup is going to be getting a huge battery increase across the board. So that means all the iPhone 15 lineup is going to get a new battery capacity. Now, taking a look at the breakdowns, we're gonna basically compare from the last year's iPhone to the next year's iPhone. So this iPhone that we have now and reports of the new iPhone in the 15. So let's start off with the most popular model, the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Well, according to the Foxconn worker, he claims that the battery's milliamps is going to be 4,852. Compared to this iPhone 14 Pro Max, it is 4,323. So a nice sizable upgrade. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I have had the worst luck when it comes to the Apple iPhone 14 Pro Max because my battery capacity is at 87 and I only charge it like lightly. So yeah. Maybe need to reevaluate myself on that. But taking a look also down the line, the iPhone 15 Pro is going to be getting a 3,650 milliamp in comparison to 3,200 of last year, so this year. Now we take a look at the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus. It seems that Apple is going to keep those two models in the lineup. We don't know anything about sizes or whatever, but here is where it gets a little shocking. So the iPhone 15 is going to get 3,877 milliamp hours in comparison to 3,279. So right there, you're probably saying to yourself, okay, so it has a little bit more battery than the Pro, standard Pro. That's a little weird. Well, wait till you hear about the 15 Plus. It seems that the 15 Plus is going to be the one with the most battery capacity, the one that is the closest to 5,000 milliamps because it is coming in at 4,912 milliamps in comparison to 4,325 milliamps. Now, it was the similar case where the Plus and the Pro Max were very similar in battery, but the Plus had just a little bit more to eke out. Well, this one is a complete changer because now it is actually 100 milliamps or 50 something milliamps more than the 15 Pro Max, but it's also even bigger than the previous model. So why is Apple going to put more in the 15 Plus in comparison? Well, I think I kind of have an understanding as to why. It seems that Apple really wants to make the Plus their best seller, and we've seen that they've been struggling with the standard lineups in comparison to the Pro and Pro Max. But something tells me that the new iPhone 15 lineup is going to be offering some significant changes, at least significant enough for where people are going to say, you know what, I want to get that phone. And I think Apple's going to be marketing and pushing that phone more than the Pro and the Pro Max because that would only explain why the Plus is going to have more battery capacity than the Pro Max. I mean, the Pro Max has great battery life, except for me, obviously. But seeing as if this is going to be an efficient improvement, I think that that's a very good thing. You know, the base iPhone, maybe lower the price, give it better battery, give it some similar technology, but not too similar in a way. But then we also take a look further, and it seems that according to the lineup, that the iPhone lineup is going to all get the A16 and A17 Bionic chip. So it's going to be a similar pattern to last year. So they will basically keep the same CPU for the 15 and 15 Plus, but with I think, extra graphics performance in there. But then, of course, the A17 will make it over to the Pro Max, which, you know, a lot of people take a little bit of crap on, but I actually don't think that's a bad idea because you're saving money and people really don't even care about the hardware overall. They don't know much about it anyway, except if you're a tech-savvy person. And then lastly, it also will come with a new base configuration. It seems that they're going to be doubling the base to 256. We are still expected to see 128B on the standard, but 256 will be the standard configuration going forward for the Pro and the Pro Max. So taking all of that and just simplifying, I think Apple is going to try again with the Plus model. I think that they really want it to sell well, and I think that they're going to try to pull all the moves as they can. Now with USB-C, I think that that's going to be enough for people to switch over. Whether or not it's enough for the Pro Max and the Pro, because those are expected to get a price hike, we'll have to wait and see, but that's everything on the 15 lineup. I will continue to update you guys as we get closer and closer, but now that we're getting down to the final nitty-gritty details, this is where we start to get the more accurate leaks and the rumors, so subscribe, notifications on when I upload. Alrighty, the next story, the AirPods Pro with USB-C. Now, we have been expecting AirPod Pros with USB-C for a while now, ever since the whole mandate and USB-C being finalized with the whole EU. Well, according to Mark Gurman, he says here that yes, the USB-C charging case for the AirPods Pro is going to be launching alongside of the iPhone 15 lineup. According to Mark, it will launch in the fall. Now, whether or not the hardware changes have been planned, there is no significant changes to the AirPods Pro as a whole. So essentially the AirPods Pro that we've had, the second generation, that's going to stay the same. That's not getting a change. That's not going to be tweaked in any way. It's going to be the same thing. It's just going to be a different case. Now, this is very similar to what Apple did when the AirPods first got wireless charging. So when they first added wireless charging, they sold the case separately for those that wanted to upgrade their existing charging case. And then for those that wanted to buy a new model, they also sold it with the wireless charging case. I kind of hope that Apple just releases the charging case as a separate add-on on top of it also being standard with AirPods Pro, giving users the option to get rid of the Lightning. So maybe if you bring it in, maybe some kind of incentive, a trade-in, maybe get a few dollars off the charging case. I don't know, but I definitely will pick up that case in USB-C. I mean, I do use MagSafe, but I'm trying to get rid of Lightning as fast as possible. And if this is the way we're going, I'm getting rid of it one way or another. So it says here that it will also have some new features built into the case. It will play different tones. It will have different sounds because, of course, it is a new case with a new serial and everything. And then lastly, there is reports of the new AirPod Pros for the future release that are also hinted in these codes, but we'll get to that in another episode. So yeah, guys, mark your calendar down. Fall is when we're going to get the drop. Now let's talk about the Vision Pro. But before we do, a word from our sponsor.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Alrighty, the last and final story, the Apple Vision Pro. Now, the Vision Pro, as you know, we've talked about it many times. I think it's a pretty good piece of hardware, but I do have my reserves about it. Well, according to several complex rumors and complex things, according to Financial Times, it seems that Apple is going to be making drastic cuts to the production forecast of the Vision Pro headset. The reason behind this is not really because of the demand, but because of the material and the parts required. According to the paywall report, it says that they are unhappy with the productivity of the manufacturing partners that are supplying the two micro OLED displays in the wearer's eyes and the outward-facing lenses. The micro OLED displays are reportedly supplied by Sony and TSMC for the prototypes, but it is not known for who's going to provide them at scale. As a result of the production challenge, Apple is prepared to make fewer than 400,000 units in 2024. The original forecast that they had was 1 million, so the fact that they're going to scale it down by almost 600,000 is very shocking. However, though, it is reported that should the projections be up to par or above the standards, they will then increase the production capacity, but as it stands right now, it is going to be a drastic cut of 400,000. Now, before everybody goes and says, oh, that's a sign, it's gonna fail, it's gonna be everything, it's gonna be a flop. Guys, this is a product that is very, very niche. For the price that it is selling at, this is exactly where Apple should have been from the start. Why in God's name they thought that 1 million devices were gonna sell is beyond me. So 400,000 is more realistic. And I think that that's a better option than what they were going for. So I actually think it's a good thing that they're scaling it back. Just test out the market, see if they go above the 400,000, and who knows, maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know, but time will tell and numbers don't lie. And that's it for today's episode of Technoid. Again, guys, a little bit all over the place, but hopefully you enjoyed the show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed some stuff here. If you enjoyed yourself, hit the like button. If you disliked the video, you can hit the dislike button to help circulate my videos as well. As always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all on the next episode. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Take care, stay safe, have a good day, and peace.